He hasn't come back yet because you still continue to see him as a separate source. So your twin flame, your partner, your boyfriend, your avoidant, whatever label you gave this person, if they've left your life abruptly and in the midst of them leaving you, you spontaneously had a spiritual awakening. So you go through the awakening with hopes that after the awakening, you will reunite with this person who's the love of your life and you feel like you cannot live without. That is the matrix. That is like Source dangling a mouse or some cheese over a mouse's head saying, chase me, chase me. That's why a lot of women that are going through this, spiritual awakening, us empaths, us loving, caring, deeply gifted women are going through this path because it's not about the person who left and it's not about the dynamic. The dynamic lies inside the ego. Once you get to inner union, a stage where it's just you and only you, when you get close to inner union, you branch off from thinking that you are a twin flame, you are a woman, you are a mother, you are a wife, you are anything. That is the outfit that the matrix carry. Change the story and you change your reality. So if you still saying that person is a fuck up or that person is still sorry and you still hating him and you despise him for leaving you, you are not seeing the whole purpose of this journey, and you will. It's just some stages that you go through, and I'm here to help you to get through it a little bit faster. So when those negative thoughts comes up about the person who left you, ghosted you, abandoned you, your twin flame, whatever label that we give this person or this dynamic, once they leave, you loop in the mind. You cannot get something that you lost in the physical world by the mind. The mind is the reason why he left in the first place, because your mind is powerful and you are manifesting him leaving by having a lack nervous system, by having a mindset that all men leave, because 9 times out of 10 you have a daddy issue where your daddy left, or you're displaying behavior from your mother who also was abandoned by a father or a mother figure growing up. So it's kind of like you're carrying that trauma. So the dynamic plays out that when a person leaves you, you despise them, you hate them, you keep thinking over and over again. You go back from was it me to you come back to no, it wasn't me, it was that person. So either way, you're having a tug of war with yourself. Because this person is the ego pushed out. So you cannot unravel the dynamic that was built on a lie. You have to build a new dynamic on truth, which you'll have a foundation of the Holy Spirit, of God, of Source. And now when that person comes back, your relationship can be solid and unbreakable. But until you get to that part of inner union where you do not care if this person comes back or not, you do not care if this person moves on or not, you do not care if you ever speak to this person, get an apology, or just a truth from this person or not. How you get there is not the mind. Stay out of the mind, because the mind is the reason why the situation separated in the first place. Get into the heart. God lies into the heart. Source is in the heart. The very force of life lies into the heart, which is connected to the nervous system. The mind, the ego, that is not a real thing. That is a story that the higher self had to play out, because that's the story that the ego gave itself. I am this. I was left. I was abandoned. X that story out. That story never happened. The only thing you have right now is the present moment where you create a new life. And once you continue to elevate in your level of consciousness, you get to a level where you do not care if that person comes back or not, because you do not need internal validation. So when you stop looping and stop thinking negative thoughts of that person, is literally considered forgiveness. You can't just ask for forgiveness and think when you wake up the next day the whole situation will be for that person to be forgiven. You have to literally get closer to the creator and elevate your consciousness to that person, to the point where that person will not be on your mind no more and the story will not loop. And you get to free them up so that they can go through their karmic cycle and God can restore the relationship anew. Or either way, you'll be in your union, your inner union with self, with Source, because this is who this person is. They are a part of your soul family, which they branched out, and they also are a part of you. If you change the inner masculine frequency inside of you, what happens now is it trickles down to the masculine counterpart that you are entangled with. Now, I'm not saying the guarantee is that you two will be together physically, but you'll be so far away from wanting a union in your gut, your soul, your being, that it does not matter if that person physically comes back to you, but it's a higher probability than none. But I'm just saying, just in case, either way, Source will still send you a same soul that reflects the work that you have done. It does not matter if that person chooses to come back. You will still meet another person with the same new soul, elevated soul that you have achieved with Source, and that person will be in your life. So either way, you will find love. Love will find you, Either way, you still will be able to radiate love enough that you bring love in. So don't even worry about that. But if you want to bring in union quicker, you have to unite with the parts of this person that you did not like. And you had to understand you don't like it now. It's magnified times 10 because you are hurt, you're broken, and you're looking for an outlet for your pain. But when you was in love with that person, the fact that they snored at night, left the toilet seat up, or they couldn't read that good, or whatever, you was in love with that part of that person. But now that they're separate from you, he's all types of dummies. He's all types of losers. He's everything. Because the ego wants you to hate him, but the heart wants you to love him enough that you let him go. That is love. Love is not chasing. Love is not, I need you in my life. Love is, I love you enough to allow you to be free to do whatever it is in life, as long as you do it to your highest and greatest good, because God is going to bless you abundantly also. God is going to always bless the other God is going to always bless the other individual, because he's one of God's children. Regardless if you think, oh, he's not going to be this or that without me. That is true. But once you forgive him, you stop holding the narrative that I need payback. And once you let go of the narrative, then he is able to fly free and then learn his life lessons, and then he'll elevate. But the thing is, he will elevate right back on to you if you believe and stop being scared. And I'm laughing because it's really nothing to be scared of a person leaving your life for good. It's nothing to be scared of. It's nothing to fear. I used to be so scared, like, oh my God, what if this person comes back or don't come back or anything? That was coming from the ego. That's why I say you cannot fix the situation that the ego caused with the ego. You have to go into the heart and feel compassion for the other person who holds characteristics about you that you shut off in childhood because someone told you they didn't like those quirks about you. So now you are reflecting, and you built a human being out of your consciousness that you fell in love with. So bring back that energy and place it on you, and feel the emotions that comes up when you start asking God, what is it about me that makes me not love myself? It is not about this other person. They have their own journey. It's like driving on a highway, and at one point, the twin flame dynamic itself have to make it right. You have to continue going until you reach inner union. Once you reach inner union with yourself, the whole search of how to heal, or is he coming back, or did he love me, or relationship dynamics, all of that will cease. All of that will stop, because you will be one with the Creator. You will be one with yourself. And that level of peace that you got, you only want the best for other people. You only want them to have the same level of peace that you have. The people that have done you wrong or made you look stupid, or whatever definition you gave to it, because we're the ones that give life definition. It carries the weight of the definition that you give it. But once you start to love yourself at a magnitude that can't nobody interfere with that, regardless of if they leave or not, you start to intertwine that soul tie and release it, and allow the other person to be relieved of their soul tie. And the first thing that happens is, once you fully, completely have reached union and let go and made peace with the inner parts of you that you love, because you're supposed to love every single part of you, even the part that picked that person or that situation love every single part of you. It does not matter what happened. It does not matter what happened that something that I could have stopped, addictions or gossip or anything you've done wrong to somebody and you feel like I could have stopped. It needed to happen. It needed to happen when it happened. So just make peace with life and understand that nothing that the divine did was a mistake. The breakup definitely wasn't a mistake. You needed to be alone so that you can learn how to use your gifts, which is very, very powerful. I meant to be able to magnetize things to you with the drop of a dime or just a thought, or to have the frequency of knowing somebody is going to call you without even thinking about it. It's just your premonitions will get stronger. Your connections with different people will start to be more authentic and more real. You'll start to show up as yourself. You cannot put a price on the feeling that you get once you complete your spiritual journey. It's nothing that you can't even compare to, because it's so potent. It's so strong. It's so beautiful. It's so well needed for the elevation of creation that you get rewarded greatly by sitting through the pain and the discomfort of your other half, or the person that you're deeply in love with. You had to watch them leave you and have no contact whatsoever while they were gone, without an explanation of why they left. I know that hurts very, very deeply, but I want to tell you that it is a reason for that. This is a lesson that the universe is trying to tell you. And once you learn the lesson from that, you no longer will have those aching pains of the individual coming back or leaving. You won't be scared. It's no scarcity mindset when you come connected with union. Everything will just be love, light, and peace, and you'll show up as your authentic self, and that becomes magnetic, which draws in the person that left you, ghosted you, that literally just disappeared. But when they come back, your nervous system will be so regulated that it's just like, hey, no disrespect, no harsh feelings. It just will be like a walk in the park. You won't even be overexcited. You won't be ecstatic. You won't be calling your friends, oh my God, he called me. It'll just be just like a bill collector, like, oh, hey, you might get a little smile or something. But it's not going to be to the point where it's going to knock you off of your journey, your duty, your peace. It's not even going to budge you. And a woman who is not able to budge after a man has came back from months or years on end and have not talked to you, and you never got a closing argument of what happened, for you to be at peace with that, no man can resist that, because that right there wakes up his divine masculine. Men are natural hunters, and he is going to want to hunt that woman who makes him feel like a man, because now I got to try harder to get this woman. Now he's going to be so drawn to you that it's just, you're going to look back and be like, I would never change this journey for anything. So I don't know what stage you are in this journey, but it does get better. I mean, it literally changes your life. It's just, I can't even tell you that I understand the pain that you're going through right now, but it's going to be over soon. Just believe, have faith, and feel the emotions in your body, and you transmute it. And, I'm just